Welcome to week 9 and a very rainy Prairieville High School for tonight's REV Game of the Week. I'm Jeff Porsche, and tonight we'll be joined by Jonathan Moore and Jolie Hartman as we are expecting to start our game tonight very soon here at Hurricane Stadium. Tonight we have the AMANT Gators taking on the Prairieville High School Hurricanes, the first meeting in football between these two schools. We were expected to have a 7 o'clock start, but we had all kinds of rain, all kinds of lightning. We're all clear right now, and we are expecting to start within the next 10 minutes, but it may be a little bit later than that. But we're going to start our broadcast now, and we'll get you the kickoff whenever that happens. We're going to take a break right now and come back and give you the starting lineups and give you a little bit of pregame, and the opening kickoff will come very soon. But right now we'll take that break. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
It's game time. That's right. Get ready to rev up, raise the bar, go from 0 to 100. That's why REV is bringing the speed, buku speed, high-powered internet speed that tackles every upload, download, and stream. With the most reliable network born right here in Louisiana, all backed by homegrown support. It's time to experience the power of buku speed. Make the switch to REV. Visit us at letsrev.com.
BT Chapman and AJ Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Prairieville High School Athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Canes!
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
Getting a quality haircut shouldn't break the bank. That's why at Finish Line Haircuts, we believe everyone deserves top-notch grooming without the hefty price tag. From expert beard trims, shampoo sessions, to relaxing scalp massages, our wide range of services will get you firing on all cylinders. Our pit crew is ready to greet you and your family with warm smiles and great service to ensure your experience is the absolute best. Schedule your appointment today and get $5 off your first haircut. We'll see you at the finish line.
Yalva's Seafood in Prairieville invites you to dive into a delicious dining experience. Since 2012, Yalva's Seafood has been locally owned and operated, which means meals made from scratch using fresh ingredients. Treat yourself to fresh fried seafood, steaks, and exciting seasonal additions to our menu. Stop in for brunch on Sundays. Enjoy a cold beer while satisfying those taste buds. And of course, there's always something for the little ones, so bring the whole family. Visit Galva's Seafood on Highway 42 in Prairieville.
We'll see you soon.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
We're Rev Business, a local provider with nearly 90 years of experience. So when it comes to business in Louisiana, we know that personalized service is key. And we're here to go the extra mile with all fiber solutions that deliver what every business needs, reliability and quality. We're not just providers. We're the local team dedicated to helping you succeed. True partnerships are homegrown. Rev Business, internet, phone, managed services. Visit us at letsrev.biz.
Welcome to the REV Game of the Week, and we may be ready to start very soon as I see Prairieville's captains are headed out to the field. Our game tonight, Sanamon at Prairieville, Week 9. of LHSAA football, District 5-5A. This is going to be Prairieville's last district game of the season. Week 10, they play an out-of-district game, which we will be covering live on the Rev Game of the Week. They will be taking on St. Thomas Aquinas. So I'm joined by Jonathan Moore, and a little bit later, Jolie Hartman will be joining us on the broadcast. But what we'll do right now is, as we're getting ready for tonight's matchup, we can talk about what happened last week in District 5-5A, and there was a lot of action that took place, and you can see right there, Santa Maw had the homecoming victory against Live Oak, as right now we see Santa Maw coming out onto the field, and they got their win last week. Denham Springs beat Prairieville last week 49-0, and you see Santa Maw coming out onto the field. Now Prairieville headed out to the field as well. Let's go back and look at the district and overall records right now. Dutchtown leading the way, but this is kind of funny because last year we had a three-way tie for first in district between Dutchtown, Santa Maw, and Walker, and right now they're all in first place. If they all win out, then there would be another three-way tie for first, and then right behind them is Denham and East Ascension. Live Oak is one game advanced on the schedule with them because they're off this week, and they're playing a non-district game. And then Prairieville is finishing out their schedule this week with 0-5, so they'll play their non-district game next week.
Yeah, it's been an exciting year for this district. I mean, every team has played extremely tough. It was surprising last week what happened between Walker and Dutchtown, but it looks like we are going to potentially get another three-way tie for the district championship, and I'm really looking forward to seeing which of these teams are able to make the playoffs, and it's been a treat to watch them this year because everyone has been so competitive. There really haven't been a lot of games in district that you've gone to and it's just been blowouts.
So you see we're broadcasting from the inside because of the weather, so you got the captains right there on the Prairieville side, the home team, 76 Ashton Womack, 86 Preston Rinaldo, 95 Jace Valentine, and number 25 Austin Gaines. And you see the coin toss taking place right now as they talk to the Santa Maw captains over on the far side of the field. So Prairieville is the home team, so they'll be wearing the blue and green, and Santa Maw is the visitors, and they're in their white jerseys. So we're waiting right now. It looks like the captains are number 8, 11, and 12. As you see, they're going to defer, and so Santa Maw is going to be receiving the kickoff. And so the captains are Jared Brown, Easton Humphrey, and
I think it's 72 is the 72 is
72, yeah, 72, excuse me. So that's Christopher Landry. And so Santa Maw is going to have the ball to start tonight's contest. And so we're going to go ahead and take a look at Santa Maw's starting offense, and they are going to be led by number 10, Cooper Babin, and they're going to have Tyree Williams in the backfield. And actually, we're going to wait right now and come back to the Santa Maw starting lineup because we're going to have the national anthem in just a minute.
Thank you. The national anthem will be sung by members of the Prairieville High School Choir.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, when so proudly we herald at the twilight's last evening, whose broad shafts and bright stars through the perilous night were the
So there we go with the national anthem. And now we can go back to the Santa Maria starting lineup on offense, as they should be getting the ball first. So Cooper Babin, Tyree Williams, 3 receivers, Quentin Elisar, Timothy Johnson Jr., and Caven Taylor. And then you also have Reed Mayers. It's going to be playing at the wide receiver position. Their offensive line, Austin McNabb, Elijah Thornton, Braden Kling, Sam Palacios, and Austin Baxter. And after the opening kickoff, we will get to the Prairieville defensive starters, but we are just about ready for the kickoff. And it looks like the kicker handling the duties for Prairieville tonight will be number 19, Evan Usner.
Yeah, exciting time tonight. Santa Maria going for their 4th win in a row. Prairieville trying to get their first ever win in district. It's a rainy night, but it's a good night for football.
We don't expect to have any sort of delays after this, as we've gotten the all clear. There's going to be plenty of rain tonight, as there are flash flood watches here in Ascension Parish here tonight. But the kickoff is going to go down to the 6th, and they're going to fake the reverse and have plenty of room running outside to almost the 35-yard line. So Santa Maria will be starting with really good field position as we take a look at the Prairieville defensive starters right now. And you're going to see Daniel Williams, Gabe Ford, Nigel Turner, and Brody Creel on the defensive line. Linebackers Stanton Delapass, Eric Williams, Mike Schmidt, and Joel Pearley. And then the 2 cornerbacks are Austin Gaines, Jamarian Meady, and number 5 at safety, Carson Taylor. And so it's 1st and 10 for the Santa Maria Gators, and we are just getting underway after a short delay. No score between Santa Maria and Prairieville, and first down, a little swing pass complete, and a tackle after a short gain. And so that's going to bring up 2nd down and about 7. That's going to be Timothy Johnson Jr. on the reception. Actually, I'm going to say it's about a 1-yard gain, maybe 2, so it's going to be actually 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, he caught that a little bit farther behind the line than I think he wanted to, but good job by Prairieville swarming over there, and we'll see what Santa Maria is able to dial up on 2nd and long.
And it's going to be a quick pass right side. That's Taylor, and he kind of stumbles, then regains his footing, and he's going to be close to a 1st down.
Good misdirection play right there. Fake it to the running back and then swing it outside, and you have a receiver up there blocking. If he's able to keep his footing right there, he might have gotten an extra 5-10 yards because he only had 1 man to beat.
So it looks like they're going to move the chains and call this a 1st down. So Santa Maria has 1st and 10 from their own 45, just underway, about a minute in. And there's a handoff on 1st down and trying to turn the corner, and he does, and he gets 5 yards and a little bit more. Tyree Williams on the carry. It's going to be 2nd down, and we're going to say 2. He gets down to the 47 of the Hurricanes.
So another just attacking the edges so far. Santa Maria, with every play they've had thus far, has been we're going to get to the edge. And Prairieville this whole season has really struggled with teams attacking them up the middle because their line is a little bit smaller. So that play right there, you saw they sent 2-3 up the blitz to blitz both the A-gaps, but Santa Maria just continuing to attack the edges.
And Santa Maria can't get much on 2nd down, so it's going to remain 3rd down and short, as about 3 or 4 members of the Prairieville defensive line are going to make the stop on the quarterback right there. So it's going to be 3rd down and about 3.
Good job by Prairieville. I don't know if maybe Santa Maria was trying to set up a screen there, but Prairieville able to get 3-4 guys in the backfield for penetration to set up 3rd and short.
So possibly 2-down territory right here as Babin and Williams and the entire offense turn to Coach O and get the signals. Seth Babin in the booth, on the side, actually making the calls on offense, but that pass is going to be completed for 1st down. That's Elisar, number 80.
So wide open in the flat, and if you watch the replay, they just did a slight fake to the running back that freezes the linebacker just enough that he's able to get out there. Good job, good play design by Sandoval, and it's going to set them up for 1st and 10 inside the 40.
Actually, I think that was Mayers, number 18, with the catch, as he's going to come out and Elisar is going to come in. So ball at the 38, and it's 1st and 10, just underway. The game was delayed because of lightning and weather issues, but we are going strong now. And on 1st down, a big run for about 12 or 13. That's Tyree Williams trying the right side for the first time, and he finds some success.
So same thing. Sandoval just working to attack outside of those tackles. You see Prairieville, all 3 of the linebackers come up to the middle of the line of scrimmage. Sandoval bounces it outside, able to use an athleticism to get 8 to 10 yards.
And so you saw some contact. Let's see if what they decide to do right here is some substitutions checking in for Prairieville. And it looks like they're gonna call offsides against Prairieville most likely. And so they're gonna get 5 extra yards. So now the ball going to be spotted at the 22. So 1st and 5. Sandoval driving early. Babin looking for the fade in the corner, and it's in between 2 receivers who collide with each other, and it's going to fall incomplete. Maybe some miscommunication
Yeah,
there?
I just think it was a miscommunication on the route. I mean, they sent 3 players on the go routes, and I don't know if he was trying to get to the player that was closest to the pylon or the place that was closest to the goalpost, but just a little miscommunication right there. But this is a good place to take a shot like that because, this probably is 4-down territory.
And I think that may have been Rizzuto and Taylor, the 2 receivers on that left side. 2nd and 5. And a handoff and wrestled down. Tyree Williams is going to be dropped for a loss, and he's kind of signaling to the officials for a possible penalty, maybe a horse collar, but there's going to be no flag, and that was number 21 making the big tackle for Prairieville, Skylar Stibble.
Yeah, I couldn't see if he got his hand behind him as well, but he did. He definitely grabbed the front of it, but just a great tackle right there, and on a really good athlete. I mean, we said his name a ton the last time we called a Sandoval game, so just a great open field tackle, and this sets up for 3rd and long, but you have to think this is probably 4-down territory for Sandoval.
3rd and 7 for the Gators from the 24-yard line, and the little swing pass falls incomplete. So we're in a 4th down position, and so Prairieville makes the stop. Now, Sandoval likes to throw the ball, obviously, with Cooper Babin, and the football is a little slick out there, and I wonder if that it doesn't look like that's going to change their strategy, but it may change their effectiveness as it's 4th down.
Yeah, and looks like Prairieville, they're lining up. It looks like they've got 8 guys on the line. It looks like a cover 0 type situation unless they drop out.
Babin gets a snap, and they're going in towards the end zone, and it is caught and into the end zone for a touchdown. And the late flag as the catch is made by Elisar. And so Sandoval is going to get on the scoreboard as they kind of split 2 defenders right there. That's a kind of a risky pass. As you see on the replay, 2 defenders right there to make the play. But who comes up with it? It's the receiver, Elisar, 80. And so 6-0 with the extra point coming.
I mean, that's just a great play right there by Elisar. I mean, Babin put it up there. He said, I'm going to give my receiver a chance to get it. And between 2 guys, he comes down with the ball for a touchdown on 4th and 7. And you hate to see that whenever you're Prairieville. And he's giving the signal for the calls right now. It looks like we have unsportsmanlike conduct against Sandoval, and it looks like it's just against Sandoval. I didn't see him do it against both teams, so that's going to be costly on the kickoff. But just a great 4th down play right there. I mean, putting the ball in your best player's hand and saying, go up and get it.
Jace Fierro going to kick the extra point. It is good, and we will take a break. It's 7-0. Sandoval strikes first. You are watching the REV Game of the Week.
Pville High School would like to thank the following Cat 5 sponsors for their support of our inaugural season of athletic competition. Relief Windows, Galvez Seafood, Superior Office Supplies, Mike Anderson's, Miller Safety Consulting, Hollis Orthodontics.
Welcome back to the Rev Game of the Week. A 4.5-minute drive for the Gators, and they score, and it's 7-0. Now the kickoff after the unsportsmanlike penalty that was called on the touchdown reception by Elisar. They're going to kick from the 25, and so Prairieville is likely to get pretty good field position in this exchange, as you're going to have Fierro handle the kickoff duties for the Gators, and the deep back is back at about the 17-yard line. So that penalty could be costly. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I did not see what they did. You had two officials throw the flag. I mean, it had to be some type of taunting. But, oh, no, that's
going to be a tough break as it gets past the receiver, and they're not going to get good field position. In fact, they're going to not have good field position at all, as they're going to be back at the 15-yard line. And that ball is just slippery out there.
It is, but I think he misjudged the catch.
Yeah.
And you know, this is one of those things. This is a new school. You have a lot of players on this team. Some of them have not played football. Some of them have, they've been coming up, but they haven't been getting a lot of the reps that a lot of these guys have. So just a costly mental mistake right there.
We're going to actually, we can get to the offensive starters right now real quick if we can for Prairieville. Their quarterback is number 8, Charlie Green. In the backfield, you're going to see some guys in and out: Taj Wallace, Tayshawn Smothers, Braden Duke. And then their receiver is Parker Feist, tight end Preston Ronaldo. And in the offensive line, Evan Quivido, Brennan Scholes, Austin Gill, Jackson Creel, and Ashton Womack. And so there was a penalty also assessed. So this was really a wasted opportunity right here, as you would have expected them to get good field position. They're back inside the 10, 1st and 10 from the 8-yard line, just underway, 7-0, Santa Maria with the lead. Green with one back in the backfield. Actually, there's a little side back there as well, but that's going to be dropped for a loss. And so it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. And so let's get to Santa Maria's starting defense, well, maybe after this replay right here. So it's going to be 2nd down and about 13. And you got Gavin Carpenter, Jacoby Davis, Gavin Abair, linebackers Ronald Guillory, Evan Williams, Wesley Dykes, Sal Zarullo, and then the DBs are Ricks, Humphrey, and then Millette and Dunn. But some good yardage on 2nd down on the run, and that's going to get about 11 yards as they come up quickly. And now it's going to be 3rd down and 2 as you see the rest of the defensive lineup for the Gators. So 3rd and 2 for Prairieville, and little run up the middle, and that's going to be plenty, and just bowling some defenders over, and they get the 1st down. So 1st down for Prairieville on their opening drive.
I think it was a quarterback sneak right there. Good play call. Just get out of the shadow of your own end zone, get a 1st down. Now you can start kind of looking at the game plan and establishing one. And on this offense, you're going to see a lot of motions. Prairieville loves to run the motion. They love to run a lot of misdirections and screens. So just get ready for a lot of that.
And so the quick pass, and it falls incomplete. And so it's going to bring up 2nd down as we can look at the replay right here. Green looking to his left side, and I believe that was intended for Bartholomew, number 34.
So just tried to bring the running back out of the backfield, get a favorable matchup on the linebacker, but great coverage there by Santa Maria. Sets up that 2nd down and 10, and we'll see what Prairieville's able to do right here.
And lots of pressure. They're setting up the inside screen, but looked like number 91 was right there to defend it for the Gators. That was Isaiah Johnson.
Yeah, Santa
Maria. Make that Rock, number 91.
Santa Maria able to kind of sniff things out right there. I mean, Prairieville loves to run a lot of screens. Like I said, a lot of screens, a lot of misdirections. And last week that gave Denham some trouble sometimes. But we'll see how much tonight. Santa Ma's had a lot of games to watch on film.
Third down carry, and that is Duke with the carry, and he's going to get about half of it, but it's going to bring up a 4th down and 5, and so a punting situation. Luke Lyons is going to come on to punt for Prairieville. So we're about halfway done with this first quarter, and Santa Ma with a 7-0 lead, and they're going to get the ball back. As you see the punt, and it's a decent punt, and it's going to be taken at the 44. And I think that Prairieville assumed that he made a fair catch, but he did not. As you see, number 9 making the catch, and then getting a couple of yards. That's Easton Humphrey.
Yeah, he wasn't sure. I mean, he kind of wrapped him up to see, because the referees did not blow it dead as soon as he caught it. Player wasn't sure. He didn't want to get a 15-yard penalty, but good on him to make sure to hold on to that Santa Ma player and not let him get any yards. And now Santa Ma starting their second drive on the 46. I mean, great field position for them.
So trying to extend their early lead, and just a quick pass up for grabs and nearly picked off on the carom, but it's just over the receiver's head. I believe that was trying to go to LSR. Let's look on the replay. Yes, it was LSR. And it looked like maybe the nearest defender was Gaines for Prairieville, but it's going to fall incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Good play call to attack over the middle, right in front of those safeties, but just a little bit too high for him. Bounced off, but it's one of those things that hurts watching a football fly over your head if you're the defender, especially on a tip.
Yep. 2nd down and tripped up from behind. That's Jordan Hickerson, number 35, and he's tripped up by a couple of Prairieville defenders. So it's going to be 3rd down and long, and I think that was Creel who made the original contact. 3rd down and 9. Now, I want to bring up something here because this is what's happened to Prairieville. It happened on the last possession, and it's happening right here. 3rd and long situations, they've given up a lot of big plays this season, and this is where they've been hurt. As they've been able to make good plays on 1st and 2nd down, but then on 3rd down they sometimes have a little bit of trouble. So I want to see what happens here. There's no offsides penalty called right there.
It looked like the left tackle jumped, but I think they got away with making it look like he was looking for the audible, but
it looks like Babin is being flushed, and he's going to throw a little short pass, and it's not going to be enough as he's tackled at midfield. So Prairieville makes a stand, and it's 4th down as the pass to Hickerson only gets about 3 yards. And so it's 4th and 5, and Santa Ma is going to punt, and Jace Fierro is going to handle that. So a good stop by Prairieville and a 3-and-out.
Yeah, so far, through this first quarter, Prairieville's getting nice penetration on the line, which is it's good. That's something that you can tell their coach has probably been very adamant about.
Yep.
Get better penetration, and they've done a pretty good job of stopping Santa Ma's run game.
And the punt is taken at the 8-yard line, and he's going to get to close to the 20, and so it's going to be a 1st down as Prairieville's kind of fired up with the contact on the return. And so big aggressive play there by Meady, the punt returner. Let's look at the two coaches that we didn't get to look at the beginning of the game. The two coaches, you got on the Santa Ma side, of course, Coach O, David Oliver. He's 107-70 in his career at Santa Ma, the all-time winningest coach. On the Prairieville side, we can maybe look at it again after this play. Mike Schmidt, he's in his first season at Prairieville. He's 1-7 overall. And 1st down, Green up the middle gets about 4 yards. But as we were talking about, as you look at the replay and Green on the keeper, this is the first obvious all-time matchup between Santa Ma and Prairieville. There's a lot of firsts this season between Prairieville and all the teams in Ascension Parish.
Yeah, and, Prairieville, they're a brand-new school, so they have a lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores, not a lot of juniors, not a lot of seniors. And when you want to compete in 5A football, you got to have a lot of juniors and seniors. So right now they're kind of taking some licks, but hopefully they continue to grow and develop. And as they get more players coming through, it'll probably be a lot like Dutchtown, where Dutchtown was for the first couple of years, a little bit, not as good as some of the other Ascension Parish schools, but we see where they are now.
Yeah. Duke got a few on third down. It's going to bring up third down at about 4, and it's not going to be enough for a first down. So it looks like likely a 3-and-out for Prairieville with 2:24 left to go here in the first quarter. So Prairieville is going to have to punt, and so they bring Lyons out for the second time here tonight. And you look at the coaches right there, and on the Santa Maria side, like we talked about, you got Coach O, David Oliver, who's 107-70, and this is their first all-time meeting, but one of the all-time greats here for the Gators.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Coach O, he's a staple in the community. I mean, everybody knows Coach O. He's been at Santa Maria for 17 years, which for a high school coach in 5A, that's a very unheard of thing, and it's exciting to see what he always has Santa Maria prepared. And Coach Smith, it's his first year, so hopefully we see him continue to grow and build this program. One thing we know about him is he wants to go fast. He wants to run tempo. He wants to run pace. He wants to run a lot of misdirection, get the ball in his athletes' hands. And so as Prairieville grows and they get more of those athletes, it's going to be fun to see what they're able to do with those guys.
So you see Mike Schmidt. This is his first season, and he's 1-7. They've lost 7 in a row, and they're going to finish their season next week, their inaugural season. And he's got a lot of slack right now, and there's a lot of understanding this was going to be a tough season because of the circumstances. And on first down, you got the carry by Tyree Williams, and it's going to be 2nd down and 4. And the deal was we've talked about this before, Prairieville is pulling a lot of kids mostly from Santa Maria and Dutchtown. And so basically what happened was if you were already at Santa Maria and Dutchtown, so if you were what would be a sophomore, junior, or senior, you had the option, as you see Coach Oliver over there, you had the option to come to Prairieville or stay at your old school. And so a lot of the athletes, a lot of the football players decided they were going to stay at their old school. As one guy that didn't stay at Dutchtown was Brody Creel, and he just made a big play right there on Tyree Williams.
Great penetration in the backfield, and it's nice to see. I've seen several Prairieville games this year. They have struggled a bunch with the center of that line, Tonight they are throwing everybody at the center of that line for Santa Maria, and they've done a good job of getting penetration. So far, the only things that have hurt them are when they get outside of those tackle boxes, but outside the tackle box, well, if they can keep that up, it's going to make Santa Maria have to make some adjustments.
You wouldn't expect a big crowd here tonight, but you see some of the crowd shots. There are people that braved it, and good for them, but we're glad for all of you who are watching it at home, and we may have another 3-and-out on the Prairieville side as Babin tried to keep it and try the right side, and he's stood up, and it's going to bring up a 4th down, as I believe that was number 50 who made the tackle, Reggie Jackson, Mr. October, as we get to the end of the first quarter. And so we'll see if Prairieville makes a stand, or if Dutchtown. Santa Maria is going to go for it. It's 7-0 Santa Maria. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
It's game time. That's right. Get ready to rev up. Raise the bar. Go from 0 to 100. That's why REV is bringing the speed. Buku speed. High-powered internet speed that tackles every upload, download, and stream. With the most reliable network born right here in Louisiana. All backed by homegrown support. It's time to experience the power of Buku speed. Make the switch to REV. Visit us at letsrev.com.
Welcome back to the REV Game of the Week, a wet and rainy Hurricane Stadium. How appropriate for Hurricane Stadium, right? And it's a 3-and-out because we found out after the break that Santa Maria is indeed going to punt for the 2nd time in a row. And it's going to be a short punt. And I think that kind of caught everybody by surprise. It's going to roll down inside the 20, though. It's going to get a good Santa Maria bounce. And so there is a flag back at about the 25-yard line. So we'll see what happens right there.
Yeah, it's been kind of surprising. I mean, a couple of 3-and-outs now for both teams, but so far the only traction either team's really able to get was on their first drive, and now we have 3 straight 3-and-outs. And I don't really know. It looks like we have holding against Prairieville, but I don't really know if Santa Maria is coming out with throwing out the best plays at them. They're kind of just trying to out-athlete so far. I mean, we've really only seen the same 3 or 4 plays just run to either side of the field. So
it was actually a personal foul, so that's really going to hurt Prairieville, as I'm sure Coach O is happy about that. I'm sure he's not happy, though, about back-to-back 3-and-outs, as Prairieville has really struggled this season, as you would expect, being that first-year program and not having very many seniors or juniors on their roster. But kind of what you hope for when you're Prairieville is to get some progress and get some moral victories, and I think you got that here so far tonight with back-to-back 3-and-outs against one of the district leaders here in 5A.
Yeah, I mean, Santa Maria, if you would have scripted it better for Prairieville, you would have said we wanted to score on that first drive, but good job for them. And I think the penetration in the backfield has really caught Santa Maria off guard.
And you got a quick pass that falls incomplete, as you see quarterback Green rolling out, and it falls harmlessly incomplete. I think special teams has been a disappointment here so far tonight for Prairieville, at least in the return game, because you had that kickoff after the unsportsmanlike penalty where you thought they would get good field position, but after misjudging it and the penalty, they started inside the 10, and now they're starting inside the 10 again. And so they have a long way to go to get to the end zone, and they're going to have third down after this run right here.
Yeah, I mean, so far I think that's they had 3 special teams plays between that personal foul and that missed opportunity, and on one of the punts, the same thing, just getting backed up. They've got to. That's one of the things about a young team. You're learning. You got to learn. We can't make those kinds of mistakes, especially if you want to win. You can't go backwards.
And you're going to get a 4th down after a short gain. On 2nd down, you had to carry by Tyler Clayton, and then 3rd down, wrestled down very quickly by the left side of the Santa Maria defensive line. So that Santa Maria defensive line doing a good job on that drive, holding Prairieville to their 2nd consecutive 3-and-out. And so Lyons is going to come in and punt.
Yeah, they've come out very prepared. I mean, so far a lot of the misdirection things that kind of worked last week against Denham to get Prairieville some yards have not worked yet for Prairieville. So we'll see, and got a fair catch right there, but we'll see if that
was
works
a definite
forward.
one. That was a definite fair catch. If you recall, on the previous punt, Easton Humphrey was assumed to have called a fair catch, but he did not call a fair catch, and then he tried to advance on a couple of Prairieville defenders who were standing right beside him, and he only got a couple of yards. But that time, I think there was no doubt that Humphrey signaled for the fair catch. And so now Santa Maria, a little rusty so far, maybe affected by this rain that isn't going to stop anytime soon. But right now you're going to get a quick pass drop, and that's that rain. That has to be slick ball affected all the way right there, or maybe just a lack of concentration too. Number 1, Caven Taylor, drops the pass.
Yeah, I mean, the way the referees didn't blow things dead. The clock is still running. I don't know. They're meeting about to talk right now. But
Prairieville is claiming that was a lateral. No, it was. They're claiming. I think it may have been a lateral, but that was not a lateral.
No, he was.
See them go after the ball.
2-3 yards ahead of him, but
yeah.
I know
that was not a passing catch like you were saying. It was not. No, I know you disagree with that decision too. So we don't know what they were trying to say. I think Prairieville was just trying to lobby and see if they can catch the officials taking a nap or something.
It just there's nothing wrong with it. You, as a team, you're always going to fight for what's best for your team. I mean, even if your player is out of bounds, but it looks like he's inbounds, you're going to point to it.
And right here, Babin's going to break a couple of tackles, and he's going to get a first down perhaps as he steps out of bounds past the 40-yard line. And it looks like he's going to be marked down after about a 12-yard gain. Look, nice tackle broken right there, and then a little contact, but he gets out of bounds. But there's a flag, and this one's going to come back.
I think we had another thing of holding on the edge, and it's a little bit of a sloppy game, not just because of the weather, but a lot of penalties so far.
Yeah.
And on both teams. I mean, Santa Maria had the personal foul, and now Prairieville with a personal foul, and just
Prairieville has done a good job so far on defense, though. They gave up the touchdown on the 4th down play from a pass, Cooper Babin to Quentin Elisar, but that's been basically it for Santa Ma. After that, not much happening here on offense, and on 2nd down, you're going to have a 3rd down and long as a carry by Hickerson, escorted out of bounds by a couple of defenders for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, and the thing, I mean, Santa Ma is not a ground and pound team. They're not a team that's going to line up under center and chew up 3 to 5 yards every single play. They're a team that wants to get to the edges. They want to get the ball into the hands of their athletes like Tyree Williams, like Quentin Elisar. And when you have the weather like this, it can take that out of the game. And Prairieville, this is their most legitimate shot to win a game in district that they've had so far.
That was Delapass who made the tackle. And it's 3rd down and long, and the receiver over his head looking like he's going to Elisar again, but it falls incomplete. And now you got 3 in a row, 3 and outs for the Hurricanes.
Good defense right there. I mean, just playing over the top. If Babin makes a better pass right there, it's a catch and it's a 1st down, but he's been a little bit off today. He's been a little bit – he's overthrown. That's the second ball that we've seen overthrown. I know he had the pass to Elisar in the end zone, but Santa Ma just not on the same page, and a couple of overthrows, and just not moving well tonight yet.
And there's the punt by Fierro, and it's going to roll inside the 10 again, and another bad field position opportunity, I guess you could say, for Prairieville. As you see, Meady right there was thinking about it, hesitated, and then when he finally decided he was going to go for it, it was a little too late. And so now they're inside the 5-yard line. So Santa Ma winning the field position game here tonight so far.
Yeah, good job right there, but some indecision on returning that punt, calling a fair catch, and that's one of the reasons special teams is so important, because when you don't fair catch it and they let that ball go over your head, you hope it goes in the end zone, because if not, you're costing your team 10, 15, potentially 20 yards of field position. And if you're Prairieville, you can't afford to start drives within the 5-yard line against Santa Ma's defense. This is a tough defense, and they're already going to have trouble moving the ball. You can't put your offense in that kind of position.
So now 1st down inside the 5-yard line, and you just don't want a turnover or a mistake right here. And so you got the quick carry by the fullback, who might get it half a yard, maybe to the 5-yard line, but not much going right there. We're 3 minutes into the second quarter. Our score, Santa Ma 7, Prairieville 0.
Yeah, big hit right there by the nose tackle. They just run straight at him, trying to move him, but he's just getting right there again. Same thing, just getting in the backfield. Good job.
But he is able to get a couple out to the 7 or 8 yard line. That's Tayshawn Smothers on the carry. One of the few seniors on this Prairieville roster wears number 3. 3rd down for the Hurricanes, now working from the left hash. Green looking to the sidelines, joined by Smothers in the backfield.
Coach calling in the play, seeing what they can do.
And it's going to be the pitch to Smothers, and he's strung out, and that's not going to get enough. As you see, a good job right there by the Santa Ma defense. I believe that's number 8 and number 9, as you have Easton Humphrey and Jared Brown making the tackle for the Gators.
Good job by Santa Ma. I mean, you have them pinned down. Don't let anybody get behind you. Keep everything in front of you. And, they try to run that spread option to the outside, get out there, spread it out, and Santa Ma able to play disciplined and just get a tackle for a loss. And now, like you said, playing the field position battle. They should get the ball between the 40 and the 50, and we'll see if they can get a score here.
If Prairieville is going to get an opportunity to tie this game, they're going to need to flip the field, as they're just not able to do anything with the ball so far, as Humphrey takes the punt at about the 35, and he's pushed back a little bit. And so they're going to have really good field position again after this return, as it's going to be 1st down for the Gators on the Prairieville side of the field. And as we look ahead and talk about some of the games that are happening this week. We got 2 games on Rev Sports, Dutchtown at East Ascension, which should be starting soon if not already. Got our game. Walker plays at Denham, and then Macomb plays Live Oak. So Live Oak is the team that doesn't have the district game this week. They're going to play Dutchtown next week on our Rev Game of the Week. That's a Thursday night game.
Senior night out in Denham today, and we'll see. That's a big game right there, Denham and Walker. I mean, that's a rivalry. They played at the Jamboree earlier this year, and we'll see what happens out there because I could shake up the district mightily if Denham gets a win.
So a little swing pass only gets a yard or two as that's LSR, I believe, on the catch right there. So, again, good job by the Prairieville defense. They've only given up that one big play on the touchdown pass to LSR on the opening drive, but since then they haven't given up the big plays, which has been kind of the MO this season for Prairieville on defense.
Yeah, and I wonder if Coach O, I mean, he's had a couple of overthrows. I'm wondering if he's a little worried about going deep, but there's, as we talk about that.
Well, you're going to get close to a first down and actually past it, so that's a good job on the keeper by Cooper Babin. So that's a first down run for the Gators, so they are approaching the red zone.
And this is where we saw them when they got down to this spot whenever they got this spot in the first quarter. They took a couple of shots at the end zone here, the first one on first down, and had that miscommunication with the 2 receivers. So let's see if they're going to run it or take another shot right here.
So Babin taking his time.
Prairieville showing blitz again.
We are hitting the halfway point here in this second quarter. Babin looking left, fade, wide open, and touchdown for the Gators. Reed Mayers makes the catch, number 18. Look here on the replay, wide open, beat his guy to the corner, and an easy touchdown for the Gators, and now they're up 13-0. And Fierro will come in to kick the extra point.
Good pass and catch right there. Like we said, this is where they took a shot down here last time, and they take another one here, but this time able to get the receiver open and in the right spot. Babin with a great throw right in his hands, and Sandomal able to get on the board in the second quarter, get back on the board.
So a touchdown in each quarter so far for Sandomal. Fierro, extra point. Good, and we'll take a break. It's 14-0, Gators with the lead. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
High School would like to thank the following Cat 5 sponsors for their support of our inaugural season of athletic competition.
Relief Windows,
Galvez Seafood, Superior Office Supplies, Mike Anderson's, Miller Safety Consulting, Hollis Orthodontics.
Welcome back to the Rev Game of the Week and Hurricane Stadium. And it kind of felt like some really bad weather has already rolled through, but it's still going to rain pretty much for the rest of the night. Sandomal with the 14-0 lead after the 21-yard pass from Cooper Babin to Reed Myers. So now we're ready for the kickoff.
Yeah, and hopefully we don't want to see any more special teams miscues by Prairieville. They need to get the ball and flip the field.
And they're going to get it at the 20. So they ought to be in good shape after this touchback. And so this is probably the best field position that they've had after any sort of special teams play, as now Prairieville will take the field on offense. And they're getting the call from the huddle, and then they're going to run in.
Yeah, they've started 3 out of the last 4 drives inside the 10, and this will be nice starting to the 20. And, I mean, you got 5 minutes, 6 minutes right here. They need to, like you said, if they can get the ball down the field, they need to chew up some clock, but they have no chance if they don't start flipping the field position battle.
And Green is going to keep it, and he's going to try to get over to the right side, but he's taken down after a short gain. And you're just trying to make some progress right here in the rain, trying to just keep advancing the ball and getting – if you do that a couple more times, you might get a first down at the end of this drive. Just keep getting the positive yardage. So now it's second down And you see the eye right there from under center. And the pitch out is going to go outside, and it looks like he's going to get to the first down, as that's number 38, Taj Wallace, on the carry.
Yeah, we saw the Sandoval defender. I think that was number 30. He was at 38. Was that Anthony Salzarulu? Fell down while he was getting to that edge, allowing that Prairieville player to get to the edge and get a first down.
And so 1st and 10, second first down of the night for the Hurricanes. And there's a run up the middle, and they get their third first down as they get to the 45-yard line. So good job running right there by Wallace. Back-to-back first downs for the Hurricanes.
Good job. Good run up the middle. I mean, they're making a commitment on this drive. We want to run the football, and they're running that high pace. We'll see if it can continue.
And now they go with the short side pitch, and that's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's Wallace once again on the carry. It's going to be a loss of 1. As you see Coach Schmidt right there on the sidelines for the Hurricanes, it's going to be 2nd and 11.
So, I mean, they're close right now. 4.5 minutes left in this half. They can keep going the ball, get another. They need to get a positive play here because they have not done well if they've gotten into 3rd and long.
And now the fullback, and that's not going to be much. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe got a yard, but Santa Mona's defense up to the task right there. As you see him stood up by about 3 or 4 defenders, and down at the bottom of the pile, number 78 for the Gators, Elijah Thornton.
And this is going to be a place where I don't know if we're going to see him pass right here. We might just see another run, but they've been having some trouble with pass protection, so hopefully, and then we're going to try the pitch again.
And Wallace, flag comes down as there's an offensive lineman who lost his helmet.
We might get a penalty here on Santa Monica for illegal hands to the face.
We don't know. We'll see, as the player's going to have to come off the field. So we'll wait for the call.
Do they? I don't know if they make them come off the field if it's a penalty involved with taking their helmet off?
I'm not entirely sure.
I thought, we have holding against them.
I'm not sure what we have here. It's going to be 4th down, and so the penalty is going to be declined regardless. And so it will be a punting situation for Prairieville. So after the punt, we'll get to that. Just waiting. They're setting everything up for the penalty.
Yeah, getting that kicker's ball in there for them.
Yep. 3:31 left to go before halftime. And the punt coming from Lions, and it's going to be taken. And that time Humphrey's got plenty of room, and he gets past the 35 near the 40-yard line. So he keeps on pushing the pile ahead. He might have gotten past the 40-yard line, as we'll find out after they sort everything out. But while we wait, let's go ahead and now we'll take a look at the power rankings, because we're a week away from the playoffs, week 10. And right now, Dutchtown and Santa Monica both look like they are likely to host home games. East Ascension, they're at 27. They moved up a little bit. You got to be in the top 28 to make the postseason. So right now they'd be in. They play Dutchtown tonight, and they're still trying to survive. But Dutchtown and Santa Monica might have home games as we go into the playoffs coming up in a couple of weeks. But right now we're going to get back to the action. And there's a little quick pass, and it's incomplete as the receiver could not come down with it. I believe that's Myers over on the left side.
Good pass by Babin right there. Got it to him. It was a high jump ball and able to get it into both his hands, and just should have come down with that one, but a good throw right there and just taking a shot over the top. You got 3 minutes left in the half.
So far this has been one of the most successful halves that we've seen on the Prairieville High side in district play, as they've given up some big numbers so far, and that which was kind of expected, as the ball is on the ground and it's picked up by the Hurricanes, and now they have a chance to make it even more successful here in the first half, as Babin lost the ball,
I
I believe, may have been recovered right afterwards by the D-line for the Hurricanes. And so now we talked about what Prairieville needs to do is flip the field. They just flipped the field.
Mm-hmm. And that's why you played the battle of the field position. Whenever you do that, if a mistake happens, the mistake happens, and they're not on the Prairieville 25 or 30-yard line now. They're in Santa Maula territory. So this is their chance. They got to go down. They've got some momentum. You want to get 7 points.
If they can score here, make it 14-7, and remember, they deferred on the kickoff, so they're going to get the ball to start the second half. And Green is trying for the home run ball, and it's in traffic. 5 players down there, and 3 of them are Gators, and that's not the advantage that you want right there. It's second down.
No, same thing. Just a miscommunication on the drive. You don't ever want to throw the ball to where there's 2 players, and just a miscommunication on the route right there, and second and long. But Prairieville's not afraid to take shots down the field. They just got to make sure they shore up that protection with that line led by Brennan Scholes, and we'll see what happens.
And that was Chance Jackson, I think the intended receiver. He's a freshman, number 7, and he looks really good, but unable to make the play right there. But Charlie Green's going to make the play, and he's close to a first down. If he didn't get it, it's going to be 3rd and short. We'll just have to wait and see where they spot it.
Good run right there. I mean, he saw the pocket collapse almost immediately and just said, I'm taking off with it, and really close to a first down.
He was hit hard by number 40, Wesley Dykes.
We're going to get – I think we have a penalty?
Possibly a penalty.
Oh, man.
Going to push that back, and that's a tough break for the Hurricanes.
Looks like it's over there on the 40.
And the home fans that came out here in the rain don't like it.
Yeah, it was 10 yards from the spot. Looks like it was from the spot of the foul. That's rough.
So it's likely a hold or an illegal block.
Mm-hmm. That's rough right there. I mean, second down and long. You don't want to see that.
2nd and 20, 2:21 left to go before halftime. And Green's going to keep it, and he's going to get about 6 of it back, and so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 14. Looks like down at the bottom of the pile, number 49, Evan Williams for the Gators.
So, I mean, now it's 3rd and long. Now what do? Do you go for a pass and give Santa Maula the ball back, or do you try to pin them deep? And
you're going to have a nice run down there to about the 30-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down, and there's going to be about 4 maybe to go, maybe 3 as they spot it down to the 30-yard line as we're inside of 2 minutes, and they're going to go for it. So we'll just keep going right here, and you're going to see the pitch on the left side. That's Smothers trying to get to the corner, and he is going to shoulder his way ahead for a first down as he's taken down by Humphrey. But it's going to be a first down for the Hurricanes down inside the 30-yard line, and we'll call it the 26, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Hurricanes. So they get it. They get out of the 2nd and 20, and they get a first down.
Good play call right there. Just a great run by the running back. I think
that ball's on the ground, and the Gators got it back, I think. Let's see.
I think they might have had it. Prairieville might have been able to wrestle it away at the bottom of the pile.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Prairieville possession. Hard to see. It looked like initially everybody was saying Gator ball, but they did not get it. It's 2nd and 10.
Mm-hmm.
And so Green rolling out. He's being rushed and has to maybe throw that a little bit faster than he hoped as Abear was coming in on the pressure, number 88.
Yeah, so this has been their most successful drive. I think we have 8 plays, and they're moving the ball down there, and they've only got 1:19 left, and now it's 3rd down and 10. But so far, I mean, they've done a very good job on 3rd when it's 10+ of getting some big chunk plays, and we'll see if they're able to get it right here.
So 3rd down and 10, probably 2 down territory with 1:19 left to go before halftime. Green, shotgun snap, trying to throw the little circle route to the back, going right, and it's going to fall incomplete as I think he was trying to go to Duke right there, number 22.
Duke transferred from Ascension Christian from last year, and it was a good play call. It had him wide open, just a little bit overthrown, and now 4th down and 10. They're going for a first down with 1:13 left, and this is one of those plays you bring out one of your best plays in the playbook and say, we can get the first down, or if it's open over the top, go for the touchdown.
So 4th down, a big play in this game. This could really have a big effect if Prairieville can convert, and they're throwing the pass. He's wide open. He's to the 15, to the 10, 1st and goal for the Hurricanes as they came all out with the pressure, but the pass completed. I believe that was to Duke. Yes, it was.
Blown coverage right there. Didn't account for the running back out of the backfield. They sent to 0 blitz. And
so now on 1st and goal, you're going to get the pitch out, and can Wallace get to the corner? No, he does not. 21 makes the tackle right there.
I think he got tackled inbounds as well. So
you have 3 timeouts remaining, and I think we're about to use one of them right here. So we're going to get a timeout, and we're going to keep it here, and we're going to talk about the district games that happened last week, and we talked about Denham defeating Prairieville on Thursday night. Walker had a big win over Dutchtown, 44-24. They were previously unbeaten, the Griffins, that is. Sandoval with a big win last week, 42-26. And then Turlings Catholic, that was the game we were at last week. And EA looked good, but Turlings just too much, and they win 28-14. And we're getting close to halftime, and we're going to have a halftime show, and we have, I believe, Randy Loving here, and I think Jolie's going to talk to him at halftime. We were going to do it out on the field, but I think we have opted to make that an indoor interview. So, but Randy is happy to be here for his 3rd Rev interview. He's trying to set the all-time Rev record for most interviews in a season. He gets compensated for all of these, like $100 a shot, right? That's why he's going to do it. Yeah, and we're just kidding. But it's going to be 2nd down and goal, but we're past the 10 now, so it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 11. And it's a play fake and an all-out blitz, and he's just going to have to get rid of that.
I mean, did he get out of the pocket? Just making sure he did, because
I think that there may have been a receiver in the vicinity. I think he hit the ground, the back kind of in the center.
Okay.
But I don't know. That one was a borderline.
Yeah, it looked like the right tackle was who the ball almost hit. But now it's 3rd down and 11, 30 seconds left. I mean, same thing. I believe this is a goal situation, too, so you have to score a touchdown. There is no first down unless there's a penalty.
And so now they're trying to set up the screen up the middle, and that is caught, but he'll be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. And so we may get another timeout called right here, and we do. Prairieville is going to call that timeout. And so we're going to keep it here, and we're going to talk about what's going to happen next week as we have the Thursday night Rev game of the week, and that's Live Oak at Dutchtown. Our Friday night Rev game of the week, I'll be here with Coach Swack, and it's always fun to have him back, and we're glad you're doing all right, Swack, and we're glad you're out there broadcasting. And Prairieville is going to host St. Thomas Aquinas for homecoming. The other games, EA is going to play at Walker, and Denham Springs is going to play at Santa Monica.
Got a good slate next week, and I mean, district is on the line for a couple of those teams. We'll see if we have another 3-way tie or if there's any upsets that are able to happen. One thing that's been exciting to watch with this district this year is any team can beat anybody.
Yes.
I mean, we saw it last week with, I don't think anyone saw Walker winning by 3 scores against Santa Monica. So.
Right. And this is big for Santa Monica next week as they are going to host Denham Springs. And if they can win tonight, which people had expected, and they're up right now 14-0. If they can hang on and win this one, then they're going to play for a share of the district title next week against the Yellow Jackets. So that's always going to be an important game when you're playing for a district title. But this game's not over yet, and on 4th down, Green's going to throw the fade to the end zone, and it's up for grabs, and it's incomplete. As they try to go, I think that's the Jackson out there on the right side, yes. And pass contested down there, good coverage. And that was Humphrey, I believe. No, that's number 8, actually. That's Brown with the good defense.
Yeah, and good defense by Santa Monica to hold the red zone hold right there, and now you just get the ball and run it once or twice to get into halftime. But Good job by them to play that D because Prairieville was able to move the ball 30 yards, and they did it without the help of any penalties. Matter of fact, they got put back 10 yards by one of their own penalties, and just a good red zone hold right there.
And that was important because if they got the points right there, they would also get the ball to start the second half. So you could have been in a situation where it could have been a tie game, but they're going to get a first down maybe on the run up the middle with 9 seconds left, and the clock is still running. 3, 2, 1, and we're at the half. And so it's only 14-0. Santa Maria maybe expected to score more points, but with this wet weather and a good Prairieville defense, it hasn't gone that way so far. 14-0. Santa Maria with the lead. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to have Jolie Hartman with us, and she's going to interview Prairieville High School Principal Randy Loving. So we'll get to that shortly. We're going to take a break right now. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
It's game time. That's right. Get ready to rev up. Raise the bar. Go from 0 to 100. That's why REV is bringing the speed. Buku speed. High-powered internet speed that tackles every upload, download, and stream. With the most reliable network born right here in Louisiana. All backed by homegrown support. It's time to experience the power of Buku speed. Make the switch to REV. Visit us at letsrev.com.
BT Chapman and AJ Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Prairieville High School Athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Canes!
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
Getting a quality haircut shouldn't break the bank. That's why at Finish Line Haircuts, we believe everyone deserves top-notch grooming without the hefty price tag. From expert beard trims, shampoo sessions, to relaxing scalp massages, our wide range of services will get you firing on all cylinders. Our pit crew is ready to greet you and your family with warm smiles and great service to ensure your experience is the absolute best. Schedule your appointment today and get $5 off your first haircut. We'll see you at the finish line.
Yalva's Seafood in Prairieville invites you to dive into a delicious dining experience. Since 2012, Yalva's Seafood has been locally owned and operated, which means meals made from scratch using fresh ingredients. Treat yourself to fresh fried seafood, steaks, and exciting seasonal additions to our menu. Stop in for brunch on Sundays. Enjoy a cold beer while satisfying those taste buds. And of course, there's always something for the little ones, so bring the whole family. Visit Galva's Seafood on Highway 42 in Prairieville.
We'll see you soon.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
We're REV Business, a local provider with nearly 90 years of experience. So when it comes to business in Louisiana, we know that personalized service is key. And we're here to go the extra mile with all fiber solutions that deliver what every business needs: reliability and quality. We're not just providers. We're the local team dedicated to helping you succeed. True partnerships are homegrown. REV Business, internet, phone, managed services. Visit us at letsrev.biz.
and welcome back to Prairieville High for Rev's Game of the Week. My name is Jolie Hartman, and I am standing here high and dry with Prairieville's head coach, Principal Randy Loving. So, sorry. So, first off, Randy, y'all have a huge week coming up next week, and it is your first homecoming. Everybody's so excited about next week just because that is when you're going to start the new traditions here at Prairieville High. And I just want you to talk to everybody live. What is expected of next week?
It starts Sunday for us. We realized when homecoming was late that it's after daylight savings time, so we wouldn't be able to do a parade or anything during the week, so we decided to do it on a Sunday. We're going to do it Sunday at 4 o'clock, and out of respect for the neighborhoods around here, we're going to stay off of Parker Road and 929, and we're going to do it on the road that connects the high school to the primary school. And it starts at 4 o'clock. Immediately following that, we're going to have a pep rally at the stadium where we present our court, senior boys, and our girls that are walking. We have 6 senior girls that will be representing us. And, we'll have our band and cheer and Storm Steppers performing for us as well as the color guard. And we're really looking forward to it. Like you said, it's the first. We're really excited, too, about Friday night. It's going to be, our first game for our homecoming game. Hopefully the weather will be a little bit better than it was tonight. Ironic, huh? We hadn't had rain in 2 months. We played Santa Maria the first time, and all of a sudden, we get a monsoon. But for the game, kickoff is at 7. We're playing St. Thomas Aquinas, a Catholic school from Hammond. And look, our district, I know they were talking about it earlier, our district is tough, and everybody's fighting tooth and nail for week to week, right? But the last 6 or 7 weeks for us has been all about growth and learning, so that when we get to Friday, we'll be able to play people that are going to be, our size and our strength and our speed, and we're really looking forward to the game. And then, all the homecoming festivities will end with the dance. The dance will be Saturday from 8 to 10:30, and we're going to have it in our cafeteria. And I meant to say, too, like for homecoming, we were fortunate enough to where we located a queen from original Prairieville. It's actually, I think, awesome. The Prairieville Elementary queen from back then. They did it a little bit differently, how they named their queens and everything, but she was a queen in 1966, and she'll be able to come crown our queen on next Friday night as well.
That is awesome. I mean, just already, involving the community and everything, which you have done such a great job with doing that, with making sure the community is involved, making sure that the community knows about everything that's happening here in Prairieville. And so just congratulations for, already we're 3 months in.
Thank
Randy,
you. We made it through the first 9 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. They already got their first report cards, and it said Prairieville on it. So I know that was a big relief for you, and you're just continuing to just grow all the traditions that we are going to see for many years to come. So congratulations, Randy, and just we hope for your continued success for your school.
Thank you, Jolie. It's been fun.
Yeah.
It's been a challenge, right? But our community and our kids and our staff have been incredible. They have made it easy to come to work every day and watch. I mean, you can hear our student section tonight, right? I mean, I told them as I was walking up here how proud I am of them. I know our band wanted to play and everybody wanted to be out here tonight. But when we heard about the flooding that was going on and everything, and with all the rain, it's just they need to be safe. And
absolutely, yeah.
And we're still young, right? So a lot of our kids aren't driving yet.
Yeah.
So it's all about trying to get rides and everything for them. But we are excited to get to next week. And then you and I were just talking about with school and everything. I mean, it really does feel like it was just yesterday and we had the ribbon cutting, but we're going to be at Thanksgiving pretty soon.
Absolutely.
Right?
I'm not going to say 13 days because I'm counting, school days. But yes, we have Thanksgiving right around the corner. And it's something that we, everybody kind of tells kids in high school, it goes by in the blink of an eye. And, what you're doing for your kids here is giving them something that they're going to remember, 10, 20 years from now. And it's just pretty awesome just to see, how, a Gator in heart as I am coming to Prairieville that I grew grew up 2 blocks away from here in Bonlieu. So I kind of just look at this going, oh my gosh, I used to hunt squirrels in this pasture, and now it's a beautiful field. So thank you so much for, being in charge and giving this community something this beautiful and something that they can cheer on Friday nights. I see people all the time hanging out their doors just to listen, what's going on. So congratulations already for, opening up this brand new school and just starting something. I know how that is a big challenge. So thank you so much, Randy.
Thank you. And I also thought, if you are coming out Sunday, you're going to want to park either in the front in our staff parking lot or in the back behind the gym in our student parking lot. And we'll have the gates open so that you can come to the road that connects the primary school and the middle school, and you can stand and you can watch our parade pass and help celebrate our kids that are going to be in it. And then immediately after, we're just going to come walk to the stadium, and then it'll be just like when we leave for a game. We'll have the cars leaving from the back parking lot and the front parking lot.
Well, thank you so much, Randy, for coming up here. I know you didn't mind it just to where you can get out the weather for a little bit, because I've been seeing you cheering on your team down there. So thank you so much. And everybody watching live, we'll take a short break, and we'll be right back.
Thank you, Julie.
High School would like to thank the following Cat 5 sponsors for their support of our inaugural season of athletic competition.
Relief Windows,
Galvez Seafood, Superior Office Supplies, Mike Anderson's, Miller Safety Consulting, Hollis Orthodontics.
So welcome back, and now I'm back, Jeff Porsche, and I'm still here with Jolie Hartman. We got Randy out of here so he can take care of his business, but we're about 5 minutes away from the second half beginning. But what we're going to do right here is we can go ahead and talk about a little tribute that we're going to make here for one of Ascension Parish's best coaches of all time, and a person that, Jolie, you know a lot about, Galvez and their coach, Benny Babin. And so congratulations to the Galvez Pirates and their head coach, Benny Babin, on winning the Ascension Parish Middle School Football Championship. The Pirates defeated Prairieville 6-0 on Wednesday to cap off a perfect 8-0 season. It's the 19th parish championship for the Pirates under Coach Babin, who is retiring after this school year. In his 36 years at Galvez, Coach Babin compiled an overall record of 195, 65, and 3. And you see all these shots. You saw Benny and his wife, Stacy, who has shot all these games over the years and has kept track and been just as important to the community as he has. And you saw Benny, Seth, Cooper, and Brian Babin, and all the great quarterbacks that have run through his family. And you saw Benny and Cooper Babin in the middle school championship banner, and, of course, Benny with his family after that game. And so he's not only important to the Galvez community, Jolie, but he's really important to the whole Santa Maria community, right?
Yes, absolutely. A lot of people, when they hear Babin, they either think of eras. You had your Seth Babin era, you had your Brian Babin, and now you have your Cooper. But to me, it is Benny Babin. He has been such a staple in our community because of not only being the father of, great quarterbacks that came through Santa Maria, but because he's also the head track coach.
Yeah.
I was very blessed and lucky to throw the javelin for Santa Maria High School with Coach Benny Babin and Coach Betsy Baldwin, and he made my high school experience amazing. He was that father figure. He was that motivator that he inspired me, to continue on with athletics and then throughout. And then when I became a head coach at Santa Maria High School for the girls soccer team, he was somebody that I would call on the fly, like, hey, Coach, I need some advice or anything else. He's just a great father figure for a lot of these boys out here playing tonight for Santa Maria and Prairieville, because, Prairieville High takes from Galvez Middle. So that's also something that he says that it's very special for him to be here tonight to watch his grandson, Cooper Babin, starting quarterback for Santa Maria, play against people that he has coached up through the middle schools and things like that. And it's just really cool for him and for our community to just say thank you tonight for everything that they have done for Santa Maria High School, but but also just the youth of our community and what that means to so many people.
Well, you talk about how he coached Cooper Babin over at Santa Ma when he was at Galvez. He also coached Charlie Green, who's the starting quarterback at Prairieville. So, that's the transition that's going on right now.
He literally said, he was like, I'm a Santa Ma person, but I got some Prairieville hearts out there, for him and things like that. And that's so cool to, as a middle school coach, to truly be able to be like, come on, let's go, on this side. Then, oh, gosh, I know him. So it's really fun and really cool to see him experience that.
Well, a lot of people are grateful that here in the Prairieville community that they got Coach Babin and Coach Swack a little bit at Galvez before they came over here, and so that's one of the reasons why we would expect Prairieville to be really good really fast after this, because you're going to get a lot of his kids that are going to build this program. So Santa Ma and Prairieville are both grateful, and all of Ascension Parish are grateful to Coach Babin for everything he's done.
Yeah, absolutely, and he is a football guy with football boys, but one of my favorite things is the fact that he is just a dad that just loves sports in general. You know what I mean? His daughter, Callie Babin, and I grew up together. We graduated together, and she was a cheerleader. Then, he's always done track and things like that. So it's just awesome just to see somebody that has a huge heart for kids, continuing and having such a successful career. I mean, when you just said his record, I was like, every coach would want that. So, just congratulations again to Coach Benny Babin and everything that you have done for our youth and our community. And, he doesn't retire until May, but he did coach in his last middle school football game Wednesday night. And so just congratulations and thank you so much. And also to Miss Stacy Babin, just because it really, it takes two for a coach, you and your spouse. So thank you, Miss Stacy, too, for always being, just a step behind them and helping them out with everything.
Well, thanks a lot, Jolie, for you as well doing your job here tonight in the comfort of the booth instead of being down there on the field. Randy was very grateful that you got to interview him in the booth, because he was like, Jeff, is there any way you can not put my face on the air, because you don't want to see that? And I was like, we want to see your pretty face.
Yeah, I think I'm spoiled now. I kind of like the booth too.
Yeah, well, you're going to be in the booth in about 3 weeks or so, because we got a few more weeks of high school football, and then the winter sports begin.
Winter is coming.
Yes, it's almost here.
It is soccer season.
Well, soccer
basketball.
Kind of already began. Prairieville has already played their first scrimmages. How is Santa Ma going to look this year?
Santa Ma is going to be able to compete. I talk to a lot of the girls, every day at school, and they're just starting to accumulate. Like, okay, we got new people. Here's where they're going to go. I'm very excited to see what Santa Ma brings this year, from coming off of making the playoffs last year, having to travel to South Lafourche and things like that. So I really do think that Santa Ma is going to be able to compete. I see them going to the second round of playoffs, and then Prairieville, both of those being so young, I'm still very excited about that, because they will be able to compete.
I guess if they can overcome their coaching, right?
Oh, yeah. Coach Adrian Garcia, good luck, and Christopher Goodall. Just two great Louisiana coaches right there. I can't say enough about them. They were both my mentors, and, just good luck to them.
Well, we got a good boys coach with Coach Garcia. Now, the girls' side, I don't know.
Exactly, yes.
We're going to see how Goodall does. But,
absolutely.
It's good to have him around. He's a laugh every day in the hallway. So.
Absolutely.
But he's a good coach, too. All right, so Jolie, get out of here. Go do something. And go have some fun.
Yes.
Go play in the rain. Thanks you for coming. And that's going to do it for our halftime show here, as we are ready to start the second half, as it's 14-0, Santa Ma leading Prairieville. And the rain is kind of letting up now, as we are almost in the clear, it looks like, as the second half is about to begin. And a lot of people, like we talked about at the end of the first half, maybe expected a larger margin for Santa Ma, but maybe the weather had a little bit to do with that, and maybe Prairieville is just getting a little bit better as the year goes on.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of both. I mean, we've seen some passes get away from Babin. We've seen a couple of them be dropped, but Prairieville has played very good defense so far tonight. They've been getting good penetration. They've been really playing over the top well. You've only seen two big plays happen with Sandomal. So hopefully they can continue that in the second half. And like you said, they've gotten better as the year goes on. You do learn, you do progress, and we're kind of seeing that. And hopefully not only could they continue to do better here, maybe they can get a score on this drive and keep this within a one-score game.
So this is the final district game in their first season, and, of course, playing in 5-5A. And they are ready to receive the opening kickoff, and they get it at the 7-yard line. And it's going to be taken up the middle to about the 22, 23. And so it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Hurricanes as we start the second half return from Taj Wallace. So 14-0, and Charlie Green and the Hurricanes will come out on offense. On their last possession at the end of the first half, you had a goal-to-go situation as they were able to convert a turnover and get a couple of first downs, but they were not able to get it into the end zone. They turned it over on downs, and that's why we're still at 14-0.
Yeah, they had a nice 13-play drive, got the ball. I think the closest they got was the 9, but once they got to the 9, they just couldn't advance it any further. Sandomal's defense stiffened up, was get a couple of tackles for a loss, and then they took a shot on 4th down to the end zone, but just a good defensive stand by Sandomal after the turnover.
And Wallace is not going to get much. He might be dropped for a loss as the whole left side of the Gator D, including Gavin Carpenter there on the left side, making the tackle for Sandomal.
So good job by the defense right there. And Prairieville had a little bit of trouble running the football any drive except for the last one. And so far, hadn't been able to see him get it. Going to go play action right here.
And it's caught, and this is going to be a first down. And I think that's Jackson on the catch down to about the 38-yard line, maybe the 37. And so a first down for the Gators. And, yes, it is Chance Jackson, the really good-looking freshman for the Hurricanes.
Good job on the play action, just able to get him over the linebackers, and Prairieville gets another first down right there. And, I mean, their last 3 drives, they've been able to move the football. They started on the 20, they started on the Sandomal 36, and both drives went 6+ plays. So hopefully they can keep that momentum going.
So first down, I formation, play fake again, pressure from behind. Good job by Green detecting it, but he's going to go down for the sack. So that's going to bring up 2nd down and long after the 3-yard loss. Green sensed the initial contact and was able to step up, but there were at least 2 Gators right there waiting for him.
Yeah, Sandomal able to get into the backfield right there. Didn't really fall for the play action on that one.
2nd down and a good run as they're going to make it 3rd down and about 7 after the carry.
And Prairieville is, we've seen some of the misdirection plays. We've seen some play action and some rollouts. They've got to get the ball out quick. We've kind of seen it. They're not going to be able to protect long enough to set up those long plays. So we're going to see them here. It'll be something like a rollout.
And you got the little rollout pass right there, and it's a first down again as Wallace makes the catch as they ran the fake to Duke. And you see the student section fired up, and maybe some people have shown up since halftime as the rain has finally stopped, as the crowd is getting fired up, and I'm sure they're happy that the rain is over and that there's a first down. So now here come the Hurricanes, and we have a whistle.
I think we're going to get a false start right here.
It looks like after the flag, you're going to get a substitution as Braden Duke comes out the game. Cole Dempry is going to check in at that fullback position.
I think that's their 7th penalty this game. And, I mean, Prairieville, this is not the first time they've done this. They've had some good drives, and just penalties and mistakes have brought them back. But they've picked up a few chunk plays on this drive. We'll see if they're able to get these yards back and continue driving into Sandomal territory.
And Dempry, I think, may have tried to make the connection with Green, but the ball hit the ground. But I think Green was able to land on it safely. And so it's going to be 2nd and 16 as you see the connection missed right there.
Yeah, so you had Sandomal's defensive end was able to get into the backfield and hit the running back as they were trying to do the exchange or the fake, and just jarred the ball loose.
And this time it's to Dempry, but he's going to be dropped for a loss right there. as it's going to bring up third down and a lot.
Yeah.
Third down and about 20.
So this is kind of the thing you do not want if you're Prairieville, because this is a play that you struggled with all year is we've got to protect the quarterback long enough to get a pass that'll go down the field. So right now you kind of have the choice. Do we do just a quick swing pass? Do we try to roll out, or do we do a screen over the middle?
Quick pass, caught, little bubble screen attempt right there, and it's going to bring up fourth down as that doesn't go very far, as the catch made by number 14, Detman. And it's going to bring up fourth down with 8 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Still 14-0. So Prairieville burned a little clock right there, but did not get any points. And so now the punt coming from from Lions.
Yeah, good little 4.5-minute drive, but I mean the drive stalled when they got that penalty. I mean, I know it's a procedural penalty, but you can't go backwards, especially when you're a team that needs everything to go right to get a win.
Flag goes down as returned by Humphrey. Gets to about the 32-33. We'll see if this gets pushed back.
Yeah, that flag came out quick. I mean, right in the area of holding. So.
Right, the gunner and the defender were making contact, and that's about the spot where they threw the flag before the catch. So we're going to sort that out first, and Santa Maria will come out for their first drive of the second half, and they're going to be pushed back a few yards.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to have to start somewhere around the 23, but Prairieville able to take 4.5 minutes off the clock. Good job right there.
So coming up on our Rev Game of the Week, next week, Week 10, we have 2 games on Rev Sports 1. One is on Thursday night. That's going to be Live Oak at Dutchtown. And then on the 8th, that's Friday, I'll be here for St. Thomas Aquinas against Prairieville for their homecoming. On Rev Sports 2, next Friday night, you're going to get Patterson at Donaldsonville. So that's the rest of the regular season as we come to an end. And it's 1st and 10 for the Gators. And Babin at quarterback. And a handoff, not much. So the defensive line pushes back the ball carrier. That's Hickerson. And so it's going to be second down and 10, or maybe a little bit more than 10.
I don't know if Santa Maria's defensive line has maybe just come out or offensive line has come out and coasted, but they have not gotten a very good push on this Prairieville line. The best runs we've seen Santa Maria get are when they've gone outside of the tackles, but just going up the middle, Prairieville's sending 5-6 guys, and they have not been able to beat that.
Second down, and Babin is flushed, and he is going to keep it cut outside. Good movement and close to a first down. So good job by Babin when the ball when the receiver, the ball's slick and the receivers are not there, he does a good job and picks up about 7, so it's going to be third down and a short 3 for the Gators.
And a good job by him, but once again, I mean, Prairieville able to get in the backfield and flush him out of the pocket. So they have been very good at getting right up the middle of that line today.
Third down, and it's a first down and a lot more. So getting past the 40-yard line, another first down for the Gators, as that's Hickerson again on the carry. So we're approaching the halfway point here in the third quarter. Still 14-0, Santa Maria leading Prairieville.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen more throws this half so far. I mean, maybe now we're going to get one here, but
perhaps he's going to keep it and does a good job getting positive yardage because he was under a truckload of pressure.
We have a flag down here by the 30.
We'll see what that is. Maybe a
legal contact, maybe pass interference, something.
Let's see, a sideline warning against Prairieville. And so it's just the warning, and it's going to be second down and 5 from the 47-yard line.
Now, Santa Maria has not put the ball in the air as much. I mean, maybe it is because the ball has been a little bit slick. And
it rained a lot right before game time. That's why we started a little bit late. Hickerson's going to get the ball on second down, and it's going to bring up third down and short, maybe about 1.5 yards. But this game, if you didn't catch it live and didn't follow along and you're just tuning in right now, the game started about 7:20 to 7:25 because of the rain that we had and a lot of lightning and a lot of really bad rain between about 5 o'clock till about 7 o'clock. And so everything got pushed back a little bit. So we started a little late, but it looks like the rain is pretty much gone. And this drive is not gone, as it's a first down carry by Hickerson again. And the Gators just keep on moving and running the clock. 4:58 left to go in the third.
Yeah, another good run up the middle right there by Sandoval. I mean, that's 2 back-to-back good runs after they've really struggled containing the center of that line today. So we'll see right now. I mean, they're very committed to the run game, and we did not see this in the first half.
So Sandoval, Hickerson on the right side. He's going to get a couple before he's pushed back by too many Hurricanes to mention, but we'll mention one, Delapass, number 6, in that linebacker position.
And Sandoval's chewing up yards, but Prairieville's continuing to play good defense. You got to wonder if they're going to take a shot here in the next couple plays. I mean, they probably won't right here because it's 2nd down and 9, but once they get another first down, that's going to be in that territory where Sandoval likes to go over the top and try for a touchdown. But
I'm sure Sandoval's happy, though, running clock right now because they've run about 3 minutes off of this drive, maybe a little bit more than that, and they have a comfortable lead right now, 2 scores. Babin under pressure, gets away, and the pass is caught, and that's enough for a first down. And that's Elisar with the catch.
Yeah, good pass and catcher there. Babin able to escape that rush by the edge and makes a good pass and catch right there. Good job by Elisar to keep his feet in bounds, secure that ball, and this is the area that we saw Sandoval take a shot towards the corner of the end zone last time. We'll see if they keep that MO up right here.
And now on first down, Hickerson trying that right side, and he leaps ahead for about 8 yards, and the clock just keeps on running. 4 minutes now and counting for this drive for the Gators. And like I said, they're up 2 scores. They might be disappointed that they're not up more against Prairieville when you look at some of the outcomes this season for the Hurricanes, but they just want to run some clock and come out of here with a win at this point, and they're in good shape.
Yeah, and I mean, when you look at it, it's been a really sloppy night. The weather has not helped anything, so you have players, and they're surprised that they didn't get them for jumping right there. But they've had some drop passes. They've had a couple of throws that were overthrown. So
2nd and 3, Babin keeps it, and he's going to push ahead. And that's some strong running from a quarterback getting the first down. He's their most effective runner here tonight by a mile.
Yeah, I mean, it's been kind of crazy because they do have Tyree Williams. They do have Jordan Hickerson, who have been very effective running backs this year. But Babin has been making people miss, and right there powers over 2 guys. And, I mean, you just have to wonder the miscues of the passing game in the first half, how much has that affected the play calling in the second, where Coach O has said, I want to get out of here with a win. Let's chew up some clock. Let's continue to run the football. And they've been very selective with passing, but they've been effective with it in this drive.
1st and 10. And running now on the left side. And he's going to get about 3. So this is Hickerson's drive. We saw a lot of Williams early on, but this drive is all Hickerson.
You got to wonder if that injury that Williams got earlier in the season has been bothering him a little bit tonight, because you'd think this would be a game where someone like a running back who's got great speed, that kind of almost next-level speed like Tyree Williams, this would be a drive where he would be thriving, but haven't seen him as much this half.
2nd and 9. Shotgun snap, pass up the middle, wide open touchdown. And that one was easy as Quentin Elisar gets his 2nd touchdown of the night. So they kind of put them to sleep with the runs, and then they got the quick pass up the middle in the seam, and it's a touchdown for the Gators.
And you could see it on the replay. The linebacker, when that play fake happened, he was watching, and that split-second hesitation allowed Elisar to get a 3-4 yard lead on him. Great pass by Babin, good touch on it to get that touchdown, and now a drive that chewed up about 6 minutes of clock, able to give Sandoval a 3-touchdown lead.
So now Santa Maria in really good shape, up 20-0, extra point coming. And Fierro makes the extra point. It's 21-0. We'll break. 1:22 left to go in the third. 21-0 Gators. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Pville High School would like to thank the following Cat 5 sponsors for their support of our inaugural season of athletic competition.
Relief Windows,
Galvez Seafood, Superior Office Supplies, Mike Anderson's, Miller Safety Consulting, Hollis Orthodontics.
Welcome back to the Rev Game of the Week. 1:22 left to go in the third quarter. Santa Maria with a 21-0 lead on Prairieville. That might have been Santa Maria's most impressive drive so far of the night.
Yeah, I mean, the other drives that we saw Santa Maria get, they started on the 25 and then they started on the 35 and only went 3 plays. But that one able to drive down the field 11 plays and get a big touchdown to stretch the lead to 3.
And there's the kickoff. And it's going to go through the end zone. So that's 3 touchdown passes so far tonight for Cooper Babin. 2 of them are to Quentin Elisar, and the third one is to Reed Myers. So Babin has played with a slick football here tonight, but he's had a lot of success with the 3 touchdown passes so far tonight, and he's got some good yardage on the ground.
Yeah, he has. He's really getting inside that 30. His passing has been much more effective. We haven't really seen it outside of the 30. They've had to use the run game to get down there, but once they get inside that 30, he's had some very good short-range accuracy set up by those play action and giving them that 3 touchdown lead.
Now, watching Prairieville this season, this is kind of the time in the game where things have kind of gotten away from them, and we'll see what they can do right now. As you see the handoff, and it's a first down and then some, past midfield, and going to be taken down from behind at the 40-yard line. I believe that's Wallace with the carry right there, and that's the longest gain of the night for Prairieville by a mile.
Great run right there, and you watch the replay, able to get over that left side, and they're able to open up a hole behind Evan Quibido and Brennan Scholes. Great job right there.
And now first down, handoff up the middle, and that is Tyler Clayton on the carry. He gets a few, and we are coming close to the end of the third quarter. Maybe one more play they can get in right here, but Santa Maria with the lead, 21-0. So that's Tyler Clayton on the carry. He wanted me to make sure that I called his name tonight. He also wanted to talk about how he's Jarvis Landry's cousin. So you got both of them on the air tonight, as that's a pickoff right there. And it's going to be returned to the 47-yard line. Big interception there by number 21, Andon Mie.
Yeah, it's just a bad decision right there. In zone defense, quarterback, instead of getting rid of it, just tries to make something happen, looking for his man. His man falls down, and just a tough decision right there is going to get Santa Maria first down. Good field position.
And what I was talking about at the beginning of this drive is there have been some games, I think about the EA game, where it was close in the third quarter.
It might still be Prairieville's ball. We have a flag down.
I think
in the secondary.
I think it's on the return.
Was it?
Let's see. I think that the defense is on the field, so I think it was on the return. But in the East Ascension game, for example, one of the ones that we covered, it was a close game in terms of it was maybe a 2-3 score lead in the middle of the third quarter, and then in the late third quarter and early fourth quarter, East Ascension scored a bunch of touchdowns as they just kind of beat a tired defense for Prairieville, and that's kind of what's happened in some of these games where a score that's in the teens or the 20s gets into the 30s and the 40s really quickly. So we'll see what Prairieville can do right here.
I will say, so far both teams have done a pretty decent job of controlling the clock the last few drives.
And that is a complete pass and a lot of room to run, cutting outside to the 35, to the 30, and a big gain on the catch by number 6, for the Gators, Connor Darr. And that's the longest gain of the night for Sanoma.
Yeah, and just another thing, the play action, set it up, able to go over the top to over the middle, and good play. And I think they're bringing. Are they bringing
that's
it
the
back?
end of the third quarter.
Okay, cool.
That's the end of the third quarter.
You sure? Because there is a flag.
Or I don't know. They may call it back. You might be right. Let's see. I did not see. It's hard to see because we're right in front of a screen window that's covered with rain.
Yeah, it was against
So they are going to
Sanoma.
call a penalty.
That's a big break for Prairieville right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never saw the flag because the screen in the water is kind of blocking our field of view on the field. And so now we get to the end of the third quarter. So you were correct. There was a penalty. We'll take a break right now, though. Sanoma leads 21-0. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
It's game time. That's right. Get ready to rev up. Raise the bar. Go from 0 to 100. That's why REV is bringing the speed. Buku speed. High-powered internet speed that tackles every upload, download, and stream. With the most reliable network born right here in Louisiana. All backed by homegrown support. It's time to experience the power of Buku speed. Make the switch to REV. Visit us at letsrev.com.
Welcome back to the REV Game of the Week, and as we end the third quarter and move to the fourth quarter, this is about the time that we always look at the top 10 in 5A, and so let's look at it right now as you see Carr and Neville 1 and 2. Then Acadiana is also tied with Neville at 2 with that 7-1 record. Ash at 8-0. Then you got Catholic, Ruston, Zachary, Rummel, Airline, and Mandeville. And so that's what we see. No 5A teams represented. You got Catholic and Zachary from the EBR district. And so there are some local teams in that top 10. But as we are looking at the fourth quarter about to begin, they're still talking about perhaps where the ball should be spotted after the penalty. The last play of the third quarter was a long completion to Dar, and now they're waving off another penalty. I think, was there a penalty at the beginning of the fourth quarter?
They threw a flag during the break between quarters. I don't know what the flag was for, but one of the officials threw the flag on the Sanoma sideline, and I saw him pick it up, and they started talking. I don't know what the flag was for, but they threw another flag in between quarters, so I have no idea what they were talking about, but they picked it up, so it doesn't matter.
So the pass to Dar was negated by the penalty. And now Babin is going to throw a fade, and the receiver is there, but just slightly out of his reach, as I think he's going to Myers right there.
Yeah, slightly out of his reach, and a little bit of contact on the top right there, but good coverage, and just a little bit overthrown. Is going to set him up. I think that's 3rd down and 16. So now if you're Sanoma, you're just wanting to pick up some yards here.
I think it's 2nd down.
Is it?
Perhaps. I don't know. It's hard to see the marker because everything is kind of waterlogged out here in the windows and the screens. I know the scoreboard says 3rd down, but I think the marker says 2nd. I think it is 2nd down. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong before.
I'm not sure. Did they just change it to 3rd? Is it? I mean, it's
yeah.
Babin going again.
He's
got a lot
trapped
of
in the
room.
end zone, but now he can run. Yeah, you're right. He's going to get to the 21, 22, and then you get a flag from the distance.
Man, that ref was 20 yards down the field throwing that flag. I don't know if it was a late hit or a hold.
I think there may have been a block up field that they were looking at.
Yeah.
I see one guy down there. And Cooper's like, oh, come on, man. And so we know who this is going to be called against.
Did Babin get the 1st down right there?
He was close.
Another hold, because that would be a penalty from the spot.
Yeah, it's going to be an illegal block in the back, and I think it may have been that receiver that we saw at the end of the run over in the far right corner as he made some contact. And that flag, that was one of those that came from about the 40-yard line, and it was thrown about 20 yards downfield. I guess those pellets and BBs in those flags They must have put a couple of extra ones in there for that.
I mean,
call right there.
This is kind of a crazy thing. We've gone through 30 seconds of game time, and I think we've run 5 plays. 4 of them have been called back by penalties.
Yep. In the pass, that one is a first down. No doubt about it. Caught by the Gators, number 17, Riley Rizzuto. Brought down by Della Pass.
Good open field tackle right there. Send them all, like you said, just content with chewing up some clock and going to kind of wear them down, get those little 2-3 yard passes, get the little 4 or 5 yard runs, and then try to pop one over the big for a big play.
Santa Ma's, I think, pretty comfortable right now, and I think they're trying to get their passing game now because that's what they do. They love to throw the football all over the field, and you got to play fake and pressure, and a good job by Babin, and he's got a first down as he dives over the defender, and he's done a great job running the football, and he has that sixth sense to catch the pressure.
He has. He's done a really good job of getting out of the pocket. But, I mean, I'm also going to give credit to Prairieville tonight. They have done a very good job of attacking the quarterback and getting through that line. And I don't think Babin wanted to lead the team in rushing tonight, but he's been forced to, and he's done a good job of it.
And he's also thrown 3 touchdown passes. So he's had a great night in the rain for the Gators. And there's a fake and a pass and a diving attempt. Falls incomplete. Try to get it to Caven Taylor. Taylor has 11 catches on the season. I don't think he's caught one here tonight. He's got a touchdown catch also. Stops the clock, though, with 10:16 left to go in the fourth.
Looking at that sideline, hoping to get a call, and this has been probably the best division game that we've seen Prairieville play, and their defense. I mean, I know Santa Ma's had some big plays called back the second half, but they still continue to play tough.
They haven't given up a lot of big plays tonight. That's been the difference so far. As you see, Babin going to get close to another first down on the carry. And that EA game, they gave up a long punt return. They gave up a pick 6. They gave up a couple of long passes. And we've only seen one long pass, and that was called back by a penalty on that long pass to Dar. The touchdown passes have all been in the 20-yard range.
Great tackle right there by Prairieville to get over the top and get him. I think that's going to be second down after they got the first. But, yeah, they've been very effective when they got into the red zone, and we've kind of seen the plan, get within the 30 and then take a shot to the end zone. And that play action has been so effective for them down there.
That was Tyree Williams on the carry. He was taken down by Daniel Williams. Second down and 8 for the Gators. Play fake all day. He could eat a sandwich back there. Now a flag. And he's going to pick up the first down.
And
cut outside. And he's just going to slide down.
Yeah, it looks like we got another hold against Santa Ma right here.
Well, that might have been the reason why why he was able to sit there, read a book, and then decide he's going to run.
I think he ran over that flag and then said, I'm not going to go any further, and just slid down, but it's going to back him up 10 more yards. And
so that's going to push them back way past midfield, down to the 41-yard line. And now we're inside of 10 minutes, 9:07 left to go.
That clock will start running again, and we'll see if they take it all the way down to 5 seconds like they have been.
They're content right now with this score. Carry again, Williams.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a 10-plus play drive. It's chewed off about almost 5 minutes of clock. And if you're Santa Ma, you want to try and get a first down here, keep that clock moving, but you're also content with playing the field position battle and pinning them down within the 10 again.
So just taking their time. If you recall, this drive started on an interception at the end of the third quarter. So this has been 4+ minutes for Santa Maria. You had the long pass. It was called back by penalty. They were inside the 10, and then they moved it all the way past midfield and then got inside the 40 on a run by Babin, which was called back by a hold. So this has been going all over the place. Now the ball's on the ground. Looks like it's been recovered, but I think this drive might be about to end. So you see right there, you see Hickerson right next to him, and I think they both got their hands on the ball.
Maybe trying for a direct snap right there and just not enough on it. And
it's fourth down.
We'll get a punt right here, but good stop by Prairieville.
Get two backs deep for the Hurricanes. And it's taken, and not much on the return.
The returner fell down right there.
I think that was Meady again.
So they get their first drive of the fourth quarter with 7 minutes left. And, I mean, if you're Prairieville, you're just, hey, we want to score. We haven't scored in, I think it's been 8 quarters now since they scored any points. So they want to get points right here. You want to end this game. You want to have some points put up right here. You want to go into next week with your homecoming.
Yeah, you just saw one of the coaches on the defensive side there for the Hurricanes. That was Kyle Sarazin, and he's a coach at Prairieville. Last year he was a coach at Santa Maria, and he played his high school football at Dutchtown. So he's done most of the tour of Ascension. And now on first down, you have the quick pass for a short gain. So that's a 4-yard gain.
The area.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely does. And he was a former student of mine back at Dutchtown when I was over there. Now he's a co-worker of mine at Prairieville. And meanwhile, he was at Santa Maria coaching them for a year or two. He was a really good defensive tackle back in his day.
Yeah, it's always fun whenever you work with the students and you do something nice for the teachers and you bring them coffee and the students will look at you and they'll ask me, when do we get coffee, Pastor Jonathan? And I'll say, when you come back and work at the school, I will bring you coffee as a staff. And it's great that you have students that do the same thing. They come, they go through the ranks and come back and teach with me.
I think he's the first co-worker that I've ever had that I taught, as Green tries to keep it. Oh, actually, that's Wallace on the carry.
That's great. You got to love it when people come back and invest in the community that they grew up in, and especially teaching and coaching. There's a lot of things that help shape young men and young women, but teaching and coaching are definitely two huge parts of that. And you'd go down there and probably find 5 coaches on the sideline and say, tell us about a coach that made a difference in their life, and they probably got a lot of stories.
So now here comes Green with the keeper, and he is got enough for a first down. So this drive continues for the Hurricanes.
So kind of the same thing with Babin. The most effective play that Prairieville's kind of had a lot this game has been that quarterback run. And with the exception of that one big run they popped over the left side, there we go, another good run, big hit.
And there's a guy that you like to talk about, number 22, Braden Duke.
You know, I called his name a lot last year when I called all the Ascension Christian games. Duke, one of my favorite runners because he's just so tough and he's fearless. It's great watching him. He has no problem with going up the middle and trying to get yards, and so good job right there. And Prairieville, they have 5 minutes. They have a chance to put some points on this board.
First and 10. Ball at the 43. And there's a pitch out to Wallace. It's past midfield. He's close to a first down.
That's a great move right there. And I couldn't see who he shook on Santa Maria. There might have been Sal Zarullo again. And, just great move right there. And I don't know what do you have, a timeout on the field?
They may be looking at I thought they might be measuring, but there's an injured Gator on the sidelines, and he's back up and okay. That's Evan Williams, one of the inside linebackers for Santa Maria. So it looks like we're okay, and he's going back, so we should be back to the action in just a second. Now, next week we're going to be doing the homecoming night for Prairieville High School. And so we saw the shot earlier, and you see all the girls in the front row, Rachel Thompson and Ariel Boudreau. And then you got Mackenzie Smith, Audrey Ella Bumgarden, Jalea Pikes, and Caroline Palmer. And there's only 6 that are up for the court this season because, again, it's first year new school, not a big senior class, less than 150. And so we only have 6 girls that are on the court here at Prairieville, but one of those girls will be crowned queen at halftime next week as Green completes, or throws past incomplete, excuse me. He's trying to go to Dempry right there, and it's just past his reach, as you see on the replay.
Yeah, just trying to get it out there to the flat and just a little bit overthrown, and that's, they're trying to move the football. They've called a pretty good game, just a few passes that have gone away from them. And, I mean, we've only seen the one bad turnover, which was the pick. So they've done a pretty good job of controlling the ball and keeping it.
And there's a first down again as Wallace and Prairieville trying to make this a game, but the flag might be bringing it back.
Yeah, we might be getting another holding penalty on that left side, and that's unfortunate because that left side has been the one that has sprung all their big runs. I didn't see the hold on the replay, but it might have been from that left tackle.
So here they come assessing the penalty, and so it's going to be a tough break for Prairieville. It's going to be second down and long. But next week, homecoming here, St. Thomas Aquinas at Prairieville. Sunday, you'll have the homecoming parade and pep rally. As you see, the offensive coordinator, David Feaster, not happy with that call. As a handoff up the middle, it's going to get a few of those yards back. It's going to get down to about 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 9.
Yeah, good little misdirection run right there. And
I think that was Duke again.
Able to get back to, looks like the original line of scrimmage. And, I mean, this is obviously 2-down territory, so you can get 4 or 5 yards here. It makes 4th down much more manageable.
Fake, pressure, gets away, but then reaches for the sack. Number 52 with the big sack for the Gators, Cole McElroy. And it's going to be 4th down and long.
Yeah, so now this puts them in a position, I mean, they've got to just take a shot, and Sandoval can play over the top and just keep everything in front of them. And Prairieville's done a better job this week of protecting the quarterback, but
Green's going to throw deep downfield and a sliding catch, but I think it's not enough. It's close.
I mean, that is very close, yeah. But I don't think it's going to be enough, but a very good pass and catch and a good play design right there. You saw that they rolled one of the tackles out with him to protect the quarterback's backside, and good play design, but just comes up a little bit short. It's going to give Sandoval the ball back with 3:20, and they're probably perfectly content with just moving the ball down the field for a first down or 2 and picking up the win.
I think that was Parker Feist who made the catch, but not enough for the first down. And so now Sandoval might be in a position, depending on if Prairieville decides to call their timeouts, where they might be a first down away from running out the clock. And so Sandoval is going to get this win here tonight, and they're going to move on and look forward to next week as the carry stopped after a decent gain. But they have set themselves up after the run by Hickerson for a position to play for a district title, and that's where they wanted to be when you got to week 10, playing for that district title and playing for a home playoff game. And it's going to be 2nd down and 4 as the clock will continue to run.
Yeah, next week they'll be going for their 5th straight win and going for playoffs once again. And I don't have the paper in front of me with it, but Sandoval's made the playoffs I think 5 of the last 6 years, and they've been very consistent in this district.
So Sandoval, you started off with the loss to Byrd. They lost to Kennedy, but then they had to forfeit that game. So it was their first victory was right there. Scotlandville, the 1-point victory. They had Dutchtown beat 21-0 at halftime, but then they gave up 24 in the second half, and that's been their only loss after week 1. They beat Walker, who is tied for the district lead. They beat East Ascension, and they beat Live Oak. And now they're going to beat Prairieville.
Yeah, and I've after watching Santa all year, I've called a couple of their games. I've been to several of their games. One thing about them is they've gotten better as the year has gone on, and they've cleaned up a lot of the stuff that was giving them problems. In the middle of the season, they fell apart in the second half against Dutchtown. They had special teams miscues. They just had mental errors, and they could not score. Well, we saw it in Walker. They cleaned a lot of that up, and now we're going in against EA week before last. They came out and they scored 2 quick scores against EA, and you thought the game might be over, but EA fought back hard, and Sandoval was able to hang in there and get that win. But they've continued to get better as the year has gone on, and I know the score is 21-0,
and Babin is going to step out of bounds, which is probably not what he wanted to do, but I don't think that play was anything that they wanted to do right there. They were just trying to run out the clock. They could have maybe got it to zeros if they got another first down right there, but now the clock's going to stop with 1:17. And did he get a first down on that?
I think
he might.
I think we have a flag
down. But guess what? There's a flag. Every time we get to a situation where we think that the play has been settled, we get the flag.
I think this flag's on Prairieville.
Well, they're signaling a first down for the Gators.
Yeah.
So this might be kneel down time, because I don't think that Prairieville is going to call the timeouts, as it's a 3-score game and they can't really do anything about it at this point. But Prairieville is going to drop to 1-8, and they got a good shot at winning next week. St. Thomas Aquinas has struggled this season, and that's their homecoming opponent. Thrive Academy, they got the shutout victory week 1, as Thrive was just kind of overmatched.
Mm-hmm.
But then they lost a couple of games big time to some good teams in Parkview and Riverside. Then when district play happened, you see what's happened to them. So this is by far their closest contest since week 1.
And that's kind of the first year of the school. What you want to see is, hey, let's just focus on we've got to get better every week. We're young. We're playing against seniors. We're playing against juniors. We're playing against sophomores. And if you've ever spent time around students, when you have a freshman going up against a senior, there is a massive difference in size, muscle mass, speed, quickness. Mm-hmm. And that's what they're fielding a lot of those. They have a lot of sophomores, a lot of juniors, a lot of freshmen out there. In 2 years, they're going to be competitive in district. They're not going to be a team that you just look at and say, this is a name-our-score game. And tonight's been their best overall night all season. Even though they got the win against Thrive, they're playing against a team that's going to make the playoffs most likely and is going to be playing for a district title next week.
Yeah, they're going to be a home team, as this is likely the final play, as Coach O is going to get another win, as he is the institution over there at Santa Ma, as the clock will run out and go to zeros. And so our final score will be Santa Ma 21, Prairieville 0. As you see, the two teams getting ready to shake hands as the clock runs out. And we'll take a short break and come right back. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
High School would like to thank the following Cat 5 sponsors for their support of our inaugural season of athletic competition.
Relief Windows,
Galvez Seafood, Superior Office Supplies, Mike Anderson's, Miller Safety Consulting, Hollis Orthodontics.
And we're back, and the clock has hit the zeros, and our final score, Santa Ma 21, Prairieville nothing. Another victory for the Santa Ma Gators, and they're going to improve to 5-2 and 3-1 in district play. Make that actually 6-2 and 4-1 on the season. And so a big win for the Gators, and they are now one win away from a district title. And last score we got from Dutchtown was 17-7 at half. They were leading East Ascension. So if they can win their last two games, they could get a share of the district title. Walker, we don't have any scores from their game with Denham Springs, but they are two potential wins away from having a three-way title. So at least one of the teams that's in that three-way tie has won, so we know that they will be playing for a district title. So I'm sure Santa Ma is thrilled about that.
Yeah, and this district, we joked about it a few weeks ago because everyone was kind of in the same boat. Everyone was 1-1. We didn't know what we were going to see another three-way tie in it, and that might be exactly what happens. And if you ask Santa Ma, this is what they wanted. They're playing for their own destiny, and just a great job of them and a good job improving by Prairieville.
Now, next week, one of the games that might determine a district title is going to be at Dutchtown, depending on if Dutchtown can hold on and defeat East Ascension. But you look at the Rev Sports 1 schedule next week, that's a Thursday night game, Live Oak at Dutchtown. Dutchtown always likes to play under Guy Mastretta the Week 10 Thursday night game, because then they can sit back and see what everybody else did, and they can kind of start prepping for Week 1 of the playoffs. So they like to play that Thursday night game. It's going to be Live Oak at Dutchtown Thursday night. Friday night, our game where I will be, St. Thomas Aquinas here at Prairieville. On Rev Sports 2, it's going to be Patterson at Donaldsonville. Now, you see, when we leave the screen there, on the far side, you see the band is not here for Santa Ma, obviously for weather reasons, but they are kind of celebrating with their alma mater. I guess they may have a recording of it, or somebody might be playing it, but I'm not quite sure. But neither band is here, so we're not getting either alma mater here tonight. But they're celebrating anyway. Our final score is 21-0, and that's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. I want to thank some people here tonight. Obviously, Jolie Hartman for doing the halftime show and talking to Prairieville High School Principal Randy Loving and talking to me a little bit about Coach Babin and his record-setting night at Galvez earlier this week. Want to thank our crew. Want to thank Andre Chapoy here, taking care of the windows most of all, and other things. Want to thank our director, Courtney Lawrence, and Red Kosha, Hannah Grace, Votrot. Is that right? Votro. Dang it. Oh, well. And then Zane Chapoy as well. Oh, man. I'm sorry about that. And, of course, appreciate you. Thank you for giving me a heart. And, Jonathan, thank you very much as well. So we're glad to have you, as always. And also, who can we not thank Lyle back home? Lyle Boudreau taking care of all the business on a stressful night when we didn't know when we were going to start. And we're going to get both games done. So good for us. And we can have a Saturday off with no LSU football. We can take a break. So that's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. Our final score, Santa Ma 21, Prairieville 0. You've been watching the Rev Game of the Week.